minus 20,000 minus 290. Well, what do you have left over? 90,000, correct? Okay, so that 90,000, you're going to become a bank for us. So that 90,000, it's going to have your name on title that we owe you 90,000. And out of that 90,000, we're going to make payments to you of $190 per month, every single month. Okay? And once we refinance or sell the property to the hedge fund, you will get whatever is left over of that 90,000. Are going to have a consistent payment coming in every single month, us paying you and paying down that 90,000. And once we refinance, sell the house or sell it to a hedge fund, you will get paid the full difference. So let's just say today was the day we sold the property. Title would mail you a check for whatever we owe you based upon how many payments we've made to you. It's done through, and all this is done through a third-party servicing company. So we don't even do this. So we use a third-party servicing company, so you're protected and we're protected, that payments are made. Self as being the bank. So think of it as you get a little bit of money now, and you get a lot of money later. And you also get monthly payments. You see how that works? And it's very, and like we will do everything for you, so you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to pay title to do anything. You don't have to pay a transaction coordinator. We do everything. You see all the paperwork. You can look everything over. You know, you're gonna have all the paperwork in front of you. You're gonna see the promissory note. You're gonna see servicing set up. You're gonna see how much we owe you. You're gonna see all of that. So before we even get to closing, you'll be able to review every single thing. So the title company would send, once we schedule a closing, the title company is going to send a notary to you on behalf, so for free. So you don't even have to pay anything. They're going to send out a notary to you, but you'll be able to review the documents before the notary even comes out. So I want to make sure that you see everything. You're going to be a part of the entire transaction. And if you have any questions, you're going to have direct access to the title agent, to the closer. You'll have access to me. You'll have access to the transaction coordinator that I'm going to introduce you to. You have access to everybody, and you'll be able to see everything that's going on. The company has an attorney, but sure, if you'd like, you can get an attorney. I can also recommend an attorney if you'd like. It's up to you. If you want to pay for your own attorney, that's up to you. It's perfect. I'm perfectly fine with that. Payments never stop to you until we refinance or sell the property. The payments never stop. We wouldn't be buying a property if we wouldn't be making money on it, right? So we're going to make money on it. We're going to make cash flow on it. And every single month, we're going to be paying it down. So in 5 years, the property is going to be paid down. We don't care if even if the market goes down by 50%, we don't care, because we only care about cash flow. Cash flow and rental income is always going to be going up. The average rental income goes up, their average rental goes up by about 4% a year. So in 5 years, whatever rent they're paying now, they're going to be paying a lot more in 5 years. So even if the economy were to crash, we don't care, because we're always going to be cash flowing, right? So why would we give up a property if we have good cash flow on it? Right? If we could do a midterm rental, if we could do a short-term rental, if we could do a long-term rental. So for us, we're expecting a correction, right? I mean, I'm sure you're expecting a correction too. Even if there was a correction of 20%, we don't mind at all. So because for us, it's all about the cash flow, and also, of course, the area you live in is very good. A lot of our sellers that we take over their mortgages, they come back to us, let's say 12 months from now, or a year, or 2 years from now. They say, hey guys, we're ready to purchase a home. We're like, okay, no problem. Here you go. Here's 24 months showing that a third party is making your mortgage payments. Go to your lender, show them this, and they'll remove your mortgage off of your debt to income ratios. Because remember, a third party's making your mortgage payments, not you, right? So if you can prove that someone else is making mortgage payments, it's no longer considered your debt. This is very simple. I would go ahead and draft up a purchase contract. I can send it to you through DocuSign, or I can send it directly to Deborah, and she can go ahead and sit down with you, and you guys can sign it. Yourselves is completely up to you, whatever is easier for you. I would need your mortgage statement. I would need your homeowner's insurance statement. And then the second loan that you have on there, what's that loan for? Is that a home equity line of credit? Okay, perfect. So I would just need that statement for the line of credit. Okay? And then once you and Deborah send that back to me, what I do is we go ahead, we open up escrow with the title company. And then about 7 to 8 days later, we do an inspection. So I'll have one of my capital partners come out there just to do an inspection, meet you, take a look at the property, make sure everything's okay. Make sure, it looks like, just like I said in the pictures. And then once we do that, then everything is still going through escrow. My transaction coordinator will be in touch with you. We'll be in touch with Deborah as well, because I'm sure Deborah would want to be involved in this and help us out. And then once we have all the final numbers, everything's all set, title will say, hey, we're all finished, we're clear to close. They're going to send over the documents to you. Once you okay it, it's called a HUD settlement statement. Once you okay the numbers that you see that, you're getting your $20,000, Deborah's getting paid, we're covering all the closing costs, you're going to be able to review the bank note, that how much money we owe you, the monthly payments we're going to be giving you. Then once you say, Michael, we're okay to close, everything looks good, then title will set up the closing. They'll send a notary to your home. And then once you sign the papers, they'll send it back to them. The following day, it's going to be funded and it's done. The reason it's so simple is because we don't have to get banks involved. It's just me, you, and title, and that's it. Yes. So it's called subject to financing. Subject to. So it's been around for a long time. A lot of people don't know about it because a lot of people just understand traditional financing, but it's called subject to financing. So when I say 7 years, I just mean that that's the average amount of time that we hold the houses. It could be less, it could be more. I don't know. It just depends, like you said, what the economy's doing, what the area is doing, what our exit strategies are. So the 7 years is the average that we hold the property. So I'm just giving you our portfolio average hold time. Because when we purchase houses, we also want to make money on them. So if we see a good opportunity to sell a house because the market there is just moving up a lot, we'll sell the house. If we see an opportunity where we can refinance and pull some cash out, we'll do that. Once we do that, the whole loan gets paid off. If our hedge funds call us and say, hey, can you guys purchase this house? We're looking for a house around this area. Do you have anything? Then we'll sell the house because they're going to pay us retail value. So it just really depends. But the average time that we hold these houses is for 7 years. But it could be a little bit more, it could be less. I don't know. Like me and you, we cannot predict the future of real estate, right? Like remember when COVID happened? Everybody thought that real estate was going to go down, right? Remember that? There was nothing going on, and the complete opposite happened, right? Real estate shot through the roof. So a lot of those properties that we ended up having, we just sold them, right? So a lot of those sellers that that we had that gave us seller financing and had bank notes, they all got paid off. I believe